MotoVAS, 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 MotoVAS. Alright, this is the second try at doing this review. First one, the battery died. Because we're poor and we got old GoPro with low battery. We're doing the Scrambler today. The one we are riding is the Scrambler Icon, which is the 800 version, priced at $89.99. Quite the bargain for the money. You do get ABS brakes, you get fuel injection, you get air-cooled 800cc motor. So let's get on with it. Mike ran off somewhere today. I don't know where the hell he went. Not sure what's going on through his head most of the time. So today you are riding with me solo again. And it's a bike that I've ridden many times before. And it's really strange in a sense. There's times I really like it, there's times I really don't like it. I think overall though, I think it's a great bike. Well, you'll see the full review once we get going here. So we're gonna go, I'm still sticking to my diet. Still battling the fat on my stomach. I think I have been winning lately. Because I've been eating those veggies. And I'm gonna stick to it and go to a Jewel again today. Get me a bag of veggies. Toss them in the microwave and eat it. But enough about me and my fat. Let's talk about the Scrambler. It is air-cooled. It's a very old motor for Ducati and really one of their best motors, I think. Well, I can't really say that, but it's a very nice motor for what it is. It's air-cooled, it's very compact, it's very light, 2-valve setup. Very reliable, although some people would probably disagree. Very simple, very nice little motor. It dates back to the early 80s, really, the Penta motor. Then it was known as the Desmo Dewey, and now I don't know what they call it. But a good power, Ducati claims 75 horse, and you can see it's very instant. We're at 4,000 RPMs, that's really the sweet spot, everything is nice and smooth. Drag the throttle and just watch the RPMs climb. And 90 miles an hour is a breeze for this bike. You do get a little wobbly, but it's really not that bad considering how high the bars are and how you sit. Like you're basically a sail on a sailboat. You know, you're catching all the wind with your body. The full throttle model comes with lower handlebars, which I probably would prefer because it'll give you a slightly more aggressive sitting position. But this is more comfortable. You're very upright. You know, the back feels good. Your feet are right underneath you. Very nice sitting position. Now for the flaws, there's one beef I have with this bike. It's the transmission. It's a little funky to me, the on and off the throttle. And what I mean is when you're decelerating and you give it some gas and you're accelerating, that punch, almost like a loose chain, but it's really not a loose chain, I think. It's really something with the trans. And partially the throttle actuation. It's very touchy, and bad combination of both gives you kind of a clunk every time you shut the throttle off or get back onto the throttle. But that being said, the actual transmission shifting from first to second and so forth is silky smooth on this bike, like most Ducatis, especially if you're power shifting. If you just flip the throttle and push it into the higher gear, it just shifts beautifully, nice and quick, no drama, no false neutrals. Although I think 5th to 6th gear, there's quite a big reduction, so you might get a false neutral there if you're not cautious. But clutch, it's a cable clutch on this bike, not a hydraulic clutch like most Ducatis. And it's actually very easy to use, very smooth, very sensitive, very predictable. Feels good. You know, I think Ducati really has achieved something with this bike that they wanted to. They wanted just a cool, simple bike that you can putz around on in the city or, you know, go out of town. Just a fun bike without some of the crazy fancy stuff that the newer bikes have. It does have ABS, but no traction control. The wire or the throttle is, I'm not sure if it's fully cable or fully electronic, but it is rather touchy, which you do need to get used to. But once you get used to it, you're fine. Now it does come with semi-knobby tires, which you can do light off-road with. But really what impressed me, I'm in the city, you know, I'm in Chicago here, and I never go out of town. So what I care about is how they grip on tarmac. And on asphalt, on a nice, decently warm day like today, they grip rather well. Up, look at that. We're gonna go do the little twisties that we have here with these tires and probably witness a crash today for sure. But the bike really just falls into the turns, nice and smooth. I'm not dragging my knees or anything. I just point my head and it really goes where it wants to. And really not for a second is there a thought that the traction might be bad. I might not grab too well. So I'm not worried about the traction, but what I am actually worried about is the tops. Because it is the 20th today. You know, we're getting toward the end of the month. You know how they like to get you at the end of the month. I think there's one right there. Oh, horrible news, my friends. One of our favorite place, Yummy Yummy Grill Buffet over here. When I say our favorite, it's really my favorite. I don't think anybody but me likes it. But in any case, and this was kind of predictable as most buffet places, it's apparently been temporarily or permanently shut down because of a food inspection or health inspection or something or other. So no more Yummy Yummy Grill for us. Maybe it's a good thing, you know. It's like I said, I'm battling with the fat on my stomach. I want to get my beach body back for the summer. So maybe we'll be okay. And see what I mean? Like I'm kind of jerking back and forth every time I hit the throttle. I don't like that. I wish Ducati would have done a better job with that. And I'm really not sure what it is. If it's the chain, the transmission, who knows? Hard to say. I'm not very good at wheelies, so don't ask. I can't impress the kids at the local high school though by popping a little one up. Now I'm sure a lot of people who might watch this video already seen a few other videos. You perhaps own a Scrambler, but if you don't and you're wondering about getting one, it is a great bike. I think it's a cool bike. You can trick them out whichever way you want. You're probably also wondering how is the heat coming off the back cylinder. Well, Ducatis, well, first of all, they run a little hotter than a lot of other bikes, but second of all, it's the design. You got the rear cylinder right between your legs, and you know, if you make power, you make heat, so the heat radiates. There's more heat radiating off of a Ducati, or so it feels, because the back cylinder is right between your legs, and it's all going right at you. However, the Scrambler, and granted on a day like today, it's like, I don't know, maybe 65 or something like that in Chicago here. Well, here, let's take a look. We got a temp gauge, I think. There we go. 73 it says. I think it's actually a little optimistic. It's probably a bit cooler. But anyway, on a day like today, I don't feel any heat at all. I don't feel nothing off the bike. Granted, we're not in stop-and-go traffic. We're moving, but I don't feel any heat. Stop-and-go traffic, I think last year, I do recall there was a little bit of heat, but not as bad as, you know, any of their sport bikes, that's for sure. And nothing that I think was really on the uncomfortable side. Yeah, you feel it maybe on a hot day in stop-and-go traffic, but it's not like roasting your pants like some of the early Panigales did. So the heat's not bad. Yeah, I mean, really, only real problem with this bike, if you think about it, is how closely, in a sense, it's priced to the Monster 821. You know, the full throttle model and all the other three, the Classic, which is my favorite out of the Scrambler range, Classic and the 400cc Icon, or I'm sorry, what did you call it, 62. Well, anyway, the full throttles, those are $10,499 this year, and that's only $500 shy of the Monster 821 Dark. And I really like the Monster, so 500 bucks, I would upgrade myself personally. And I've had a few guys come in the store looking at the full throttle Scramblers, and then we conveniently park them next to the Monsters, and then they ask us, well, how much for the Monster? And surely enough, there goes the Monster sale. Sold one today, as a matter of fact. Monster 821 Dark. But Charlie, the guy that bought it, he's been working with me before, so he didn't really consider Scramblers. But just listen to that noise. The stock exhaust is rather quiet, but as we all know, you can put a Termi on there, and that'll open it up nicely. Ooh-wee! Nice day for a job. But yeah, look at this. Split the throttle shift, and you got all that good power right in the bike. ABS is pretty good. I guess it will power wheelie on you. See, the throttle is so touchy though, I don't really want to 12 o'clock it just yet. Because I feel like it comes up pretty abruptly and pretty aggressively. I mean, it's really, again, what Ducati wanted to do with this bike. It's a bike that's, you know, on paper is nothing impressive. I mean, 75 horse, you know, weighs whatever, 400 pounds, something like that, fully operational. But it all doesn't matter. It's just a bike that's a blast to ride. You just have fun. All your worries fall behind. All your mortgage payments, you know, kids, yada, yada, yada. That goes away when you're riding this bike. It's just you and the bike, and you're just having fun. And it feels old school. It feels pure. It feels authentic. I mean, it's a very interesting setup. There's so many great bikes out there, but only a handful of them really make you feel special in a sense, and like you're riding something unique. This one, if I had to rate it on 1 to 10, it's probably a solid 7.5 or an 8. And again, bikes are so opinionated, that's just my opinion. But again, this is a guy who likes MV Agustas. My favorite probably brand is MV Agusta. So here we are, we took the very long route to Jewel today. And here we are at our local Jewel in beautiful Villa Park. Oh, and guys, if you want certain bikes reviewed, please do comment. Drop us a note in the comment section below. We'll be more than happy to do some bikes. And you know, we know we got to get Mikey back in the shot here. Here's the pretty one. But he's been a busy guy lately, so I don't know. There we go. We'll park next to this GT5 Hondo. Nice car. Nice car. So that's that. Thanks for watching, and then we'll ride to lunch some other time.